Let's go, baby. We are back with another Deadlock video. I'm obsessed with this game. I want to keep making content of it. What we're going to be doing for today's video is I'm going to list about 50 different facts about Deadlock, gameplay tips, because there is so much to unpack with this game. And so if you know all 50 of the tips I said, leave a comment saying you knew everything and add something that I didn't list, right? Because I definitely forgot some tips. And I'm sure there's stuff that I can still learn too. But if there was at least one thing you didn't know, just leave a like, right? That means that I won. If you win, leave a comment saying so. Now, what we're looking at is just all the ranks in the game. So I want to cover that first. Because the lobby, in the background of this video, I'm going to just show you one of my games. And the lobby I'll be playing in, I think, is Archon 5 or 6, which is right here. But so for context, right, Initiate is the lowest rank. Each rank in the game has 6 tiers. Right? In Marvel Rivals, for example, like Celestial 1 is the highest of the 3 tiers. Celestial 3 would be the lowest. Each of these, like Initiate, has 6, right? 1 through 6, and 6 is the highest. So when you get to Initiate 6, you move up to Seeker. Again, this lobby is Archon 5, I think. I'm new to the game, just trying to learn it, but we will get to Eternus. I'm playing on controller, and if I can hit the highest rank in Marvel Rivals on controller, I can do it in this game too. But I just want to give context of the lobby. So we're going to watch a just random game of mine from earlier. Here we go. Watch replay. This is my first time using the replay because I'm now just starting to make content again. We're going to be making tons of Deadlock content. Let's go to my POV here. And so again, this video is me just going to be listing off 50 different facts. As you see in the top, I love to talk shit. I said put him to sleep, Rem, because I am laning with a Rem player, and that's just hilarious, talking some smack. If you don't know, first tip here, you can click P on your keyboard and it pauses the game. Each person in the lobby does get one pause, usually in case someone disconnects. So anyways, we're gonna get into the tips, and I just wanted to, instead of me recording like a 1 to 3 second like clip, smack the shit out of that Celeste to start the game. Let's go, baby. Instead of me recording like a 3-second clip of each of these tips and just showing the actual tip itself, that would be boring and it would make me want to jump out this window in oncoming traffic. Instead, again, I'm just showing you some of my gameplay. I'm not the best right on my controller, but I'm trying to get better. First tip here is you want to deny souls. Every time you kill one of the enemy minions, their soul will slowly float into the sky. As you can see, the enemy team is probably about to kill this minion. That green orb floats up and I try to deny it. So you want to deny the souls when they kill your minions, and you want to secure the souls when you kill an enemy minion when they float up, because that just gets you more rich. Now, next tip here. The urn is a small blue like vase or jar that spawns in at 10 minutes, okay? And the urn grants you a bunch of souls and buffs when you turn it in. You have to usually run it across the map. But the urn is the equivalent of 5 sinner sacrifices, which are basically these gambling slot machines across the map, which is a big deal, right? That's a big buff. Next tip here. Melee to get someone to drop the urn. Or you can use a melee ability, right? So Billy, who is my favorite character, his one is a bash down where he slams his bat on the ground. That would get someone to drop the urn. Or like Viscous Puddle Punch would also get someone to drop it. Mid boss spawns in at 10 minutes. Mid boss is this giant alien in the sewers. If you kill it and you heavy melee the crystal 3 times, your team gets 3 free respawns while that buff is active, right? So always look out for that. Mid boss spawns at 10 minutes. It's a huge team fight to give your team a big advantage. You can hold tab to see the mid-boss respawn timer after that as well to time up your next mid-boss fight potential. You usually want to go for that once you've gotten a big team wipe and you're up in numbers. You can hold... I just said that. That's hilarious. First person to hit the rejuve, right? The crystal that flows down and kill mid-boss gets a full heal. So if one of your teammates is half health and the enemy team isn't really going to be able to contest that, let them melee it first. And if the enemy team is there, you can always go for a parry on them to not give them that rejuve respawn. Parry enemies going for melee on troopers. So a lot of times, if you actually finish off a trooper with a melee, the soul won't float to the sky, giving the enemy team no chance to deny it. And so enemies will often try to get in a melee to finish off a trooper, and if you dash in and go for a parry, you can parry the enemy that was trying to melee the trooper, right? So it's a good tactic. In addition, the Guardian is that big like tower walker thing. Not walker, shit. Is the guy I'm looking at right now, the statue. That is the Guardian. You can parry the enemy Guardian. The moment you get close to him, he'll go for a melee attack on you, and you can actually parry that NPC and then get in damage so it won't drain your health. Wall jumping in this game is a key movement mechanic. It's a great way to get around the map and dodge enemies. So to do a wall jump, you jump into the wall, obviously, then hold the movement key that takes you away from the wall, and then jump again. Guardians and walkers get less resistance as the game goes on. So obviously you're getting stronger as the game goes on, but they get less resistance as well, making it easier to take them out. When you kill a walker, which is the big like spider-looking robot behind the Guardians, when you kill a walker, the enemy walkers get stronger. So if you kill their mid walker, their 2 side walkers get stronger. Man, she just parried the shit out of me right there. I wasn't even trying to get her either. I was trying to get the Ivy that missed there. So regardless, they get stronger. You get spirit resist and gun resist buff when you're under your own walkers. You become way tankier if you stand underneath your walker and trying to defend it. When you kill a walker, I just said that. Green candles by the urn when you're going to grab the urn mean it's a favorable urn for you, like a comeback urn. When there's red candles, it means that urn will be, you have to turn on the enemy sides because they're very far behind. It's making it harder for you to turn in that urn and get those souls and those statue buffs from it. Next, when you destroy a shrine, right? The shrines are in the enemy bases on the left and right. When you destroy a shrine, your minions get a buff, making them tankier. If your team is down in souls, you'll get more souls for farming. It's a built-in like hidden catch-up mechanic in the game. You can use a movement ability prior to grabbing the urn. So I don't know if this is still in the game. They might have patched it where like you could use the cat ability or other movement abilities, like even like a viscous ult to like move the urn quickly. I'm not entirely sure if that's in the game, but what I know for sure is in the game is that Ivy's ult is like the best way to transport the urn, right? So you can have an enemy actually pick up the urn, and then if you're Ivy, you can grab your teammate and fly them across the map. So that is a great way to turn the urn for sure. You have infinite ammo while sliding. It's really important on a lot of characters, but any decline on the map, right, just slide, shoot, you won't use any ammo when you do that. Your ultimate status icon is under each player at the top, right? It's a little white eyeball, so you can see if the person unlocked their ult or if they have it or if it's on cooldown. Always be checking this before team fights, especially up against like Lady Guys type players. You unlock your ult at 3.7k souls. This is important to know because then you can always keep track. Like, if you look at the top, my Mirage and Infernus have their ult, and so does Sinclair and Warden, but no one else does yet. I'm about to get the 3.7k and get it, and as you can see, the guys I'm laning against, I just got ult. They don't have it, right? So I can take a team fight here and have a huge advantage. I'm low in health, so I shouldn't, but if I was full health, I could. Always track people's ult, right? One of the best ways to get on the map is dash jumping. So you can dash jump, and then when you hit the ground, slide. And to do this correctly, you want to look at your stamina bar. When your stamina turns blue after you dash, that's when you want to hit the jump button and time your jump to go the furthest. One thing to note is it's a third-person shooter, right? So you always want to be taking cover and using cover. But your character actually does a subtle lean when you're behind cover. They'll actually lean slightly out to make it even more effective. You can see where a teleport on the map will take you by the flashing arrow on the mini-maps. You can only see where you're going to teleport to if you're taking that little elevator thing. You can stun people off the vents, right? So there's vents on the map. Now they buffed it, so if you shoot someone, they will actually fall straight to the ground. They won't keep their trajectory. It's a great... oh man, this is intense. My boy hits a nice sleep on them right there. I love laning with Rem players. Look at this little... Oh shit, you parried the shit on me. Rem's going in. Oh, we clean this. Yeah, we get those. Look at that. Rem got both. He deserved it. She ults us. It's fine. Anyways, back to my tips here. Where was I at? You can see where it teleports you. Yes. You can stun people off the vents. Right. So, at the 5-minute mark, there's these buffs that spawn on the bridge, right? You can get there early, like 450, bait the enemy team into going while you're hiding, and then when they take that vent, you can shoot them to the ground, kill them, and get the buff. So you can double tap crouch to fall faster if you're trying to drop off a zip line or something. The power-ups I mentioned, again, those spawn every 5 minutes. They spawn at the 5-minute mark, the 10, the 15, the 20. Always look out for those buffs. There's 4 of them. There's a gun buff that gives you more ammo and fire speed. There is a spirit buff that gives you more spirit and cooldown reduction. There's a movement speed buff that makes you faster. And then a health buff gives you more base health and better health regen. So those are very important to note. Let's see, where were we? Oh, those particular buffs I mentioned, they last for 3 minutes. They don't last forever. So keep that in mind. Take favorable fights when you have them. The slot machines, again, the Sinners, those spawn at 8 minutes. One thing to know is there's obviously lots of boxes and power-ups on the map, but there's a bunch that spawn in at 10 minutes when the mid-boss spawns right above the mid-boss, but underground there. So go down there, grab those golden statue buffs. Again, the golden statues last forever, so those are huge to be grabbing constantly. One thing that's really good and important to know, if you're charging a like heavy melee and you see them attempt to parry, you can do a 180, right? You can spin your camera around so you don't actually melee them so that you don't get parried. One important thing too, so on a character like Billy, right, where you're going for lots of melees, you don't really want to go for heavies unless they miss a parry or they're stunned. You only want to be doing light melees. Now, if you want to get really tricky with it, you can buy certain active items like Fleet Foot, for example. I didn't do it this game, but if you buy Fleet Foot and you start charging up a heavy, right, they're getting ready to parry, then you can use the active on your Fleet Foot to then cancel the animation of your melee attack, meaning they're going to parry and miss their parry, and now all of a sudden you get in free heavy. So that there's cool little tricks you can do with items like Fleet Foot. Know which characters are traded within the laning stage. This is super important. So every character has different regen speed, right? Some characters get 1 health regen per second as their base stats. Some get 2, 3. So if the character getting 3 health regen every second, you're on a 1. You don't want to be constantly trading with them. You want to play kind of passive under your tower. Also, characters like Haze have a benefit from trading damage because they put stacks on the enemy when they shoot them. The more stacks the enemy has, the more damage you do. So just know who you're laning against and what the regen's like. If you click an enemy icon at the top, it'll literally say they're missing to your team in chat to let them know to like be careful, especially during the laning stages when people are just expecting to be in their constant 2v2, to let them know like, hey, there's a guy missing, you might be getting ganked, it might be a 2v3 in your lane, like play passive. You can see your team and enemy team health bars at the top. Always be checking these, especially in team fights. Auto buy is a feature in the game, right? It's convenient, but lots of games require counter items. So I don't always recommend putting auto buy on. For example, the enemy team has a Billy, someone spamming melees like Abrams, you can buy rebuttal, right? Which gives you more parries. Debuff remover against like Infernus, for example. You can buy toxic bullets if the whole enemy team is like Victor, Dynamo, Abrams, like the tankiest characters in the game. So like always be looking out. Slowing Hex is really good against like Apollo. So again, counter items are super important. So don't just go auto buy and do the particular build. Like buying certain items, especially like if you're ahead, right? Your respawn timer will actually be longer if you're ahead. And so you want to stay alive as long as possible in your head. So if the enemy team has 4 spirit characters, buy spirit resilience. Buy those items that'll keep you in the game longer, that'll counter their team. Or, metal skin against like a Haze or something. Unsecured souls will be lost if you die. Unsecured souls, if you look at the bottom left, like I have 88 of them, or 85. When you grab stuff like, oh man, she just missed her very bad. Big mistake. Characters like, let's say, you kill someone, right? They're going to drop all the souls they had on them, and if you heavy melee their souls, you get them in the form of unsecured souls. Every second you have unsecured souls, one of them will become secured. Also, if you go to the shop, your unsecured souls will get spent first, but if you die, all your unsecured souls will get left on the map. Killing troopers, those souls are secured, but pretty much everything else is like unsecured. The slot machines, the camps, the boxes, killing enemy players. So if you kill someone that has 1,000 unsecured and you get them, go spend them. Don't just leave them for someone else when you die. How the slot machines work to get the most effectiveness out of them is you heavy melee them 4 times, and the 5th heavy melee will break it. So you want to time your 5th heavy melee for when the lights at the top, for when there's 3 lights left that need to be turned on, start your charge. So when you do that 5th and last heavy, you'll get 4 golden statue buffs for breaking the slot machine when every single light was turned on, and that's how you kind of time it. You can heavy melee around a corner, because people don't know this, but the melee in this game is like a cone of damage for the hitbox. So you don't have to hit them directly just within that cone. So you can do it around corners. Constantly look at the minimap in this game for farming jungles, seeing what is available on the map. Like the jungles will show you like a little triangle for tier 1 camp, 2 triangles, tier 2, etc. Tier 3 obviously being the hardest camps to give you the most. And you can kind of do that to like see where the enemy team's at, what trades are favorable. Also, when you're stealing their jungles, sometimes a good trick, if it's like one of those fat jungles that has like 5 little aliens, you can leave the tiniest and the little alien that leaves you the least amount of souls left alive and kill everything else. That means since there's 1 left alive, their jungle will take longer to respawn, because it'll never respawn until someone notices that and goes kills it. So you're basically like making so they don't even get their jungle to respawn. When you melee a trooper, automatically you get the other half the souls. I think I already mentioned this earlier, so my mistake. There's 3 different types of dashes, right? I mentioned different types of regens, but so the fattest characters like Dynamo have the shortest dash distance on their dashes, whereas like a Haze goes the furthest because they're super light. So just know if your character's a medium dash or heavy dash, so you know like how to move around the map correctly and who you can chase, who you can catch, and so on. Every time you punch slot machines, you do take damage. I've seen someone die from this. Eliminate the enemy jungle. Again, we mentioned that if the enemy team's like pushed up into their spawn, like take as much of their jungle as you can. It's really important. The outer zip lines are different lengths than the middle, right? So the outer zip lines are actually 21 meters a second. The middle is 18 meters a second. So it kind of times out the same, but they are different. Once you kill the 2 base guardians from in the enemy team's base, right? There's 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 2 in the middle. Once you kill, let's say, the 2 middle base guardians in enemy base, that middle zipline now will permanently be have the speed buff, right? You can turn on that active speed boost every now and then. Well, if you kill those 2 base guardians, that zipline will forever, the rest of the game, be a speeded zipline. Every 2 minutes, those little boxes spawn, right? So look up box routes. All 3 lanes have different box routes to maximize that. But those boxes are how you get ahead in souls in this game. Like, boxes are huge. In between waves, oh my god, I just shredded that ward. But yeah, in between waves, go grab some boxes and come back just in time for the next wave. Using the zip line is a good way to do this to get around quickly. You click an ability or alt to announce the cooldown. This is important if you have a page and you're like, hey, she just pings her shield ability. She can tell you, hey, my shield's up in 5 seconds. Like, don't go in just yet. Wait so I can shield you so you don't die when you go in. So just that communication with your team is pretty important. Sliding after mantling for a boost. I rarely see people do this, but when you mantle in this game and you get up to like a little railing, just hit the slide button. You will actually slide and gain like a little bit of speed every single time you do the mantle animation. Hit your slide. It's just faster to get around, but not enough people know about it or do it. So start practicing that like 100%. Next, parry for your teammate. So let's say worst case scenario, your teammate gets parried and you're close enough to them. You should try to do a dash jump to get over there because the enemy's going to just immediately go for heavy melees. So now you can try to parry the enemy that thinks they get a free heavy. You can shoot people going off the vent to stun them. I mentioned this already, my mistake. But what's important is you can get stunned if you're shot off zip lines also, right? Now, you do get zipline prevention if you've been on the zipline, or stun prevention, you've been on the zipline for 3 to 5 seconds. So that's why when you're coming out of your spawn, you pretty much have that zipline immunity because you're usually riding on it for like 3 seconds before the enemy sees you. But if you're just jumping on the zipline while you're in the middle of the fight, you can get stunned out of it. So be very careful trying to do that. If you're going to like jump on and hop off and vice versa to like get a quick speed boost, but don't just ride the zip. You might get shot off, stunned, and killed. Each team gets to ban a hero before the game. I don't know if everyone knows this, but if you click your center mouse wheel button, you get to choose one character to red them out and ban them. And then the person chose the most from each team will be banned. So each team does get one single character ban in the current state. Last thing, the little envelope below people's name when you're moving into the laning stage. You can actually switch lanes with people in case, you have a character that prefers the outer lane or, you don't want 2 supports playing together, vice versa. Man, do I kill this Celestial? Oh, yeah, maybe we can end up. Anyway, those are my 50 tips. Again, if you knew every single one of those, put in the comments that you're the greatest, you knew every single one. Like, let me know that you won this challenge. I'll have better challenges in the future. I know these some are basic, but a lot of people are new to the game like me, and there's a lot of cool things. Holy shit, this team fight in the sewers is crazy. I don't know if I get it, but I'm just gonna commentate the rest of this game here because those are all my little like niche facts. Infernus with the dash build just cooking that warden. I feel like we have to kill him here. Look at Rem up there, baby, hitting that zip, throwing the pillowcase, and we get it, dude. My Rem player is disgusting. By the way, I forgot to mention the tips. If you look at the top. Me, Rem, and our Mirage are all like light blue fire. That means if you have light blue fire like that, you're on at least a 3 kill streak. So right now, we're only up, what is that, 10k souls right here? We're about 17 minutes in. As you can see, I timed this to get this Sinners. This is a good example to show, right? You hit it 3 times, 4 times, and this 5th one is how you finish it. I wait till there's 3 lights left, time it, and then it finishes with all the lights up. And in the center there, you can see I get the full golden statue buffs. I buy Torment Pulse here. Guys, Torment Pulse is the most slept on item in the game. I might need to do an item tier list because Torment Pulse is ridiculous. So what it does, it'll zap the nearest 2 people to you. So a character like Billy, where you're constantly swallowing them in their face, you're zapping them, right? And a lot of times in a long little fight there, you end up having to reload, right, when the enemy's super low. So you end up going for a desperate melee to finish them, and they're desperate, so they're trying to just parry when they're low anyways, and you can get parried. It's risky. Half the time, my Torment Pulse is like zapping them and can kill them anyways if I just stay near them. Incredible item. It also gives you, melee resist, so it's sick. Here I am, just kind of stealing some more Sinners. Grabbing some boxes. Now, if you look in the bottom right next to my ult, you'll see that that green locket. It's called Resto Locket. This video was taken the day before they nerfed it. They just nerfed it yesterday. It was previously, I promise you guys, the literal best item in the game. It's now probably just a mid-okay item. It's a tier 2 item. But for back in the time of this recording, for 1600, it went up to 20 stacks. And if you had full 20 stacks and you popped it, you got like 200 health, I think, and 4 stamina. It was insane. And to get stacks, just anytime an enemy uses any ability near you, you get a stack, right? So just Apollo using his 3, which is like a little lunge. By the way, not enough people do this camp. It's because this camp is kind of new. They just added it, so always look out for these ones too. But like Apollo's 3 is, he gets to click it 3 times, so that gives you 3 stacks alone. Like, imagine if you have 3 people near you spamming abilities, you get to 20 stacks quickly. It was insane. They had a nerf Resto Locket. Here I'm taking a, well, was thinking about taking a 1v1 with Venator. Now, I clear the wave first. Pretty good rule of thumb is don't engage in team fights unless your wave is pushed up. You don't want to be with a bunch of enemy wave NPCs just like, you know, chipping away your health while you're trying to 1v1. Always kind of push up your wave first. And also a good rule of thumb is not to chase too much. You don't want to get like greedy chasing people and die. But here, I push up the wave. I have Mirage with me. I'm going to engage. It's a no-brainer, especially because I have my ult. And he doesn't even have a walker to back up to. I pull him in. This guy's dead. Boom. He misses his parry. He's not that athletic enough. He's tripping over his toes. Just trying to keep up with the pressure of Mirage. I mean, it's not even fair. And I got my boy Rem. I did duo with this game with my boy Rem. And there's nobody better on the team than Rem. My Rem players do everything. They heal you, they buff your minions, and they steal the enemy centers. I mean, what else can you ask for? Man, Rem is so sick. He can literally send his little helpers to go buy shit for him. It's sick. One thing I'd like too is, let's see what I have. Crushing Fist, the item I just bought, base just means my next like heavy melee does a lot of extra damage. It's pretty insane on Billy. I get this Spirit buff here. I kind of build, my Billy builds usually are hybrid of all 3, so the Spirit is not tier bomb. Totally forgot what I was saying. But we are currently up, what is that, 13k? Now it's 12. About 20 minutes into the game. The enemy team is going for Urn here. And I think I just noticed that now, so I'm trying to sprint over there. Not sure if I get there in time, though. It's kind of a nail biter. They're getting really close if you look at the minimap. The red spot is where they turn that Urn in at. I'm taking this fight with Celeste right outside the Urn. Is Celeste, I feel like I've killed 100 times already. Same with the Venator. I feel like we've been melting those two. Again, this is a Archon 5 lobby, I believe. Nice little slam on our boy Sinclair. He doesn't stand a chance. Do we get the Ivy? This is... No, he did. So I think here we probably maybe go for mid-boss because they're down 3. I'm definitely taking this walker. I don't know if I'll have mid-boss after, but... by the way, I forgot to mention the tips. Every single walker you take does give you an extra item. If you look at the bottom right, like one of my item slots is locked. I can't find anything there. So each walker does give you an item slot. So we just want this last item slot. This is their last walker left. The guys on their team that are standing under it again get spirit and gun resilience, making themselves tankier. Makes it easier for them to defend it. Man, we got that walker so low. Holy smokes. Good little team fight here. This Celeste. I told you I own this Celeste. We're about to farm her again. Looks like I favored killing the Ivy. Ult the Ivy. She's stone form, which actually cancels my ult. Ivy's a really good character, by the way. But that chick just folded under the pressure. We kill their walker. I maybe kill his Venator for the 50th time. Let's see. Psych. Killing the wave. Just the wave, folks. There's no way this Warden tries to jump me here. Like, I feel like all my teammates around me. You see my boy Rem backing me up. Shout out my boy Bambi. Making a play. We shred this kid. I mean, he's super dead. Is that Ivy coming in?
They're getting the horns now, baby.
I think I get out of here. I'm not sure if I die. Yeah, it looks like I get out of there. I have 5,000 souls right now. Probably could go buy something. think my team started mid-boss here because they're down one. So even if they try to engage, we have numbers, right? It's a 6v5. Oh boy, Rem farming the boxes first. Typical Rem player, dude. They gotta get as farmed as they can, huh? So again, the first person on our team that would melee this, Rejuve Crystal, does get healed to full. Just important to know. 4 people on our team now on a 3+ kill streak. And we're up to 22k. So the game kind of slipping away for the first time. It was kind of manageable for them the whole time until now, right? We just got the Rejuve. Those 3 little like angels, meaning that the next 3 people die will instantly get rezzed. And then the timer next one shows you how long it lasts. I think you get... how long is it? Is it 3 minutes total that you get the Rejuve buff? Someone could probably correct that in the comments. I think I finally do buy something here. What do I buy? Maybe Juggernaut? Yeah, Juggernaut. Juggernaut makes it... Okay, right here, I seen the movement tech where you can wall jump and jump through that little hole in the ground from the pro scene. I attempted it, right? I've done it before. I totally botched it there and then just walked and took the stairs. That was embarrassing. Bad moment for me. Probably should have just used a different replay video just because of that moment. So I hear this chick doing the sinners and I'm like, we're killing her for sure. Like when you're down in souls by 20k plus, you have to be so much more, like have a heightened awareness of your positioning because of the fact the enemy team is just stronger than you, right? You can't get caught out alone like that or you're just dead. So bad play by her. But again, we've been farming that sus the whole game, so we kind of knew that. Looks like, so he has his ult. He copies me and ults me, and we ult each other. Like, that's just hilarious. So Sinclair the Magician, his ult just steals someone like Loki. And he stole my ult, we ulted each other. But my whole team's here. We're strong, we're fed. We have Rejuve, so I don't mind getting aggressive here. Because I get that instant respawn. It doesn't count as a death. But it looks like they're pushing. It looks like the Ivy's coming. The Venator has his ult out. McGinnis, like, I'm in a bad spot here. I'm surrounded by the other team. Not really. Oh, the Infernus coming in is huge. The Furnace kind of melting their health bar and takes the aggro off me. Except this Ivy thinks she's slick and can 1v1 me because I'm half health. But again, we killed her like 3 times already. So she backs off, I get out. They're down 2. We have numbers. Our Infernus must have died. He lost his blue streak. We're getting close to ending the game here. Especially with that kill. Oh my god. Roland Library guy needs to fucking head back to the shooting range after that one. So these are the Guardians I was talking about. Once you kill those 2, now we have a permanent speed boost. Speed boost through mid on our zipline. Raj is back. He turns me into a rabbit. I'm hunting this Mirage. Nobody gets out alive. No, sir. And you know part of the reason is the Hidden King is the GOAT. His playlist is better, his style is better, his bass, his swag is better. Like, so anytime I'm up against the Archmother, I have this little extra edge to dominate and defend New York from my Hidden King. Like, that's the loyalty I bring to the table. So you kill these shrines, there's vents above them so you can get to the other shrine quickly. And again, killing these shrines makes all your minions on that side stronger, right? Tankier. So now our minions for the rest of the game, so we killed both, are fatter, stronger, tankier. Now, things to notice, if you look at top right, the Archmother health bar. That first health bar, once you kill it, it like halves the respawn timer. So you saw that Sinclair go from like 20 seconds down to like 10. It does a little bit more than half. So if they had a 40-second respawn timer, you kill the first half, the health bar of the Archmother. Now that 80 seconds will go down to 40 and so on, alright? So a lot of times after you kill the first health bar, unless you're super, super far ahead, you want to back out, reset, spend your souls. Because they're all going to be coming out spawn to almost give themselves one last chance to defend their base. I got the movement speed buff there. That's why I have like a gazillion stamina. I think I'm the most fed in the lobby at 36k. I think I just do a quick route here to grab these golden statue buffs. Again, they last forever. They're permanent. Collect them, baby. They add up. 25 bonus health a piece. Like, come here. What is that one? 5% max ammo? Don't mind if I do.
They're gonna regret it.
So here I'm not moving because I kind of want to be stealthy, right? I want them to push up. Again, it's a game where when you're far ahead, you want to catch the other team lacking, like this McGinnis. I kind of snuck up on her. I get the altar, and we probably, I can almost guarantee we get this kill. Because she was out of position, she didn't hear me there. She thought she was in an okay spot, but like crouch walking, hiding your footsteps, playing on high ground, seeing where they're at, like really lurking like that can play to your advantage. My Ram hits, I think he got stunned as he tried to sleep from there. I'm getting cooked. My Page is just lighting him up with the dragon and rolling the library guy back to the spawn for him. He's dead for 61 seconds. The later the game goes on, the longer your respawn timer, and Roland is dead permanently in this game. My goodness. Like, now they're down to 3 people. We can just go finish up the last 3 and end the game because we still have all 6 alive. We have numbers. We have momentum. And here's the art. It's just Ivy. It's literally this one tiny, wimpy little Ivy trying to protect. I mean, I might even kill her just because, like, why not, right? Why not just end this little dragon? I mean, she's so ugly. This is like the ugliest gargoyle I've ever seen. I don't even let her get away. I say, LaShawn, go back to the lobby, rethink your decisions. We shoot the Archmother in the head, and that'll be game. Because all 6 of them are dead here. And that's how you do it, baby. And I think I get MVP here. I'm pretty sure, but I need to keep the video rolling to double check. Because there's no way I didn't after that athletic performance, right? I mean, this game. Like how does my boy Bambi get... Let me see the stats. This game was 2 days ago. I don't quite remember. Let me see the stats. Please show me the scoreboard. Okay, I have 9k more souls than him, right? 8 more kills. We both didn't die. Shout out my boy. Okay, he has 6 more assists. I have 15k more player damage. Okay, he smoked me an objective, right? I basically have 4k here. He has 10k more objective. And then I have 1k more healing. So I think I win in 4 categories and he won in 2. I mean, there's not much of a debate here. Like the game favors Rem because it's a literal child. It's some bullshit. But hey, if you guys like the Deadlock video, I'm going to keep making them. I love the game. We're going to keep the game coming. I'm going to force the game down your throat.